Gonna have to stop meeting you guys like this. No, I'm not a big fan of titles like today's title again. Um, but reality is reality. Just a crummy week. Um, Health wise, doing good. Just circumstance, not good. Um, I used to play in the church worship band back in California, and I had a dear brother um, who used to play with us, and he's in his 20s, and you know, try not to give all of the details, but he has oral cancer, and he just posted the other day that he has a few weeks to live. And I'm not a young guy, and I would still, and I don't know what's going on with him. I'm sure he's gone through his stages of why me, and but he's just got the greatest attitude. He's saying how he's excited to see what heaven is going to be like. And I'm just trying to picture, all the thoughts that he must be going through, his family is going through. And it's just hard. It's rough. I'm constantly reminded of the song Good, Good Father by Chris Tomlin. And in that song, he says, your ways are perfect. And I've always thought that those are the toughest words for anyone to say. You talk to a mother who has lost a child in childbirth, and for her to say your ways are perfect going through a situation like that, wow, that's crazy stuff. And to say, we called him Harry. For Harry to say your ways are perfect going through this cancer, and God can still heal him. But having weeks to live and to say your ways are perfect, man, that must be the toughest thing to say. um so Harry, I don't know if you're somehow watching this, man. I love you. um I'm reminded of the movie Field of Dreams, at the end when he goes into the cornfield, talking about Terrence Mann. I know you can't tell me what it's like, but man, God be with you. God give you peace, strength. I know He can still heal you. Um, but man, I love you, brother. I can still picture it like it was yesterday when we would laugh and joke and talk about life. And it's rough, guys, no matter how old somebody is. But, when you're in your 20s to go through something like this, it's just super rough. So my mind's been on Harry this whole time this week, just knowing what he's been going through. His parents are the same age as I am, so to be losing a child or in the process of that, I can't even process that. Um, so even just that would make my week crummy. But then I have another buddy who used to work at the school that I used to work at, who was arrested this week for DUI and possession of fentanyl. And in my mind, I'm like, what is going on? What is happening? And I want to believe it's a joke. I want to believe it's a case of miscommunication. The story is wrong. Um, and and to read comments about it where 90% of the people that comment are just throwing him under the bus, um, lumping all teachers together, lumping all teachers in this area together, saying that everybody is just, um, you know, there's no talk. I mean, there's very little talk of, hey, let's let all the facts come out first before you judge. And that's what I don't like. I don't like when people are quick to judgment, where they assume things. They don't know about your character. They'll just say something, and then to lump everybody together into one big group and just badmouth them about that. I mean, where's the grace? Where is the, like somebody said, where is the assumed innocence until proven guilty part? Let's give this guy a chance. Well, I say guy because the people that make these comments, I'm not sure how well they know him, but like Harry, he's one of my brothers. I consider him a really good friend. And so it's just been a rough week of hearing things that, they make your heart just, you take stock in what you do and in what you think and how you act. And it's just tough, you guys. It's tough to have thoughts just every now and then. And it weakens your spirit. And you just got to go to God and say, God, you're going to have to take this on, because I cannot handle this. I cannot be thinking about this. I got students that I need to be like on my A game for. And you're being real. You tell them, hey, maybe I'm just not having the greatest day, the greatest week. But you put on the face. If you're a teacher, you put on the face like, hey, everything's wonderful, even though it's not. And so I would ask you guys to pray for me, pray for families of Harry, of my buddy that's going through this tough time. Because if I'm going through this tough time, they're having it a million times worse. So I have to take stock and to go again. I've told you guys this before, to save your complaining for the little stuff, because there's always people that are going through something way worse. And it's hard. I know it's hard because, our minds are always focused on ourselves. What are we going through? And so it's tough to save the things that you're going through, going, man, it's going to be okay because someone's going through something tougher. It's hard to do that. So I would appreciate you guys' thoughts and prayers for not only myself, but definitely for these other families first, and for Harry, and for my buddy who's going through a tough time right now. And God is faithful to bring us through this. I hope it's a season. I hope it's a short season and things get better really quick. Some of you have asked, how much does it rain in East Tennessee? Well, it rains a lot. That's how everything stays so green in the spring and summer times. It pours. So here are some facts about East Tennessee, and especially Knoxville. In a 30-year average, rainfall for January would be 4.88 inches. And in February, it'd be 4.89 inches. And the wettest, I guess you can call it parameter for the year in East Tennessee would be from March 27th to August 23rd. And the wettest month would be July. July would be the wettest month with 13.8 days of precipitation, 0.4 or higher inches. And so, you just take it for what it's worth. I mean, if you enjoy all the greenery here, just like you would Hawaii, you take that along with the rain, so it's something that you just live with. And the nice thing about East Tennessee is it never rains. Well, I shouldn't say never, but it hardly ever just rains and rains and rains. It'll rain for maybe an hour or two and then stop, the next day, an hour here. We'll have our days where it rains all day, but that's rare. Usually here in East Tennessee, it might rain for an hour or two and then it'd be gone and then come back, another day or maybe a later on in the day. So the nice thing is it doesn't completely ruin your plans if you are, like a weekend or something like that. It might just ruin an hour or two if you have something planned. Before I leave you guys today, I don't like doing this, but I'm going to just be honest and tell you guys that I'm not a rich person. I am trying to teach the students here in Knox County STEM, and I don't get, I mean, my school has been super generous, giving me what they can to help out the students of my class. I have gone on Donors Choose, and I have received a good amount of things to help out my students, but I'm still putting out some of my own money to supplement what I'm doing in this class. If you guys could somehow do a super thanks, or, I forgot what part of the screen that it's on. If you guys could donate anything to just help me help these kids. I put out money of my own just because I want to see them, when you're doing STEM, and that's science, technology, engineering, and math, supplies are huge. When you're teaching math, they have a Chromebook, they have materials that the state provides. But when you're doing projects like I do, it's tough to just, low budget projects for them. You can only do so many paper and pencil projects. I'm using straws, I'm using craft sticks, I'm using different supplies, I'm doing robot stuff, And again, I am provided with a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of things that I want to do that I'm not provided with. So if you guys could donate something, it would be totally appreciated. I would do a video just showing what I was able to get with anything that you could donate. I would go through the process of showing you how that works. It's a super thanks. Again, I forgot what part of the screen it's on. If you click it, there's a way that you're able to just donate what you can. But I just love these kids so much, and that's why teachers put out their own money for things. And it would be awesome if I could just get you guys to help me out on that one. Do what you can do. If not, don't worry about it, because we're going to move forward with what we have here. But it would just be nice to be able to supply them with some extra things. And I would love to show you a video of some things that I'm planning to do. But at the moment, I just don't have the resources for. Okay? So I appreciate you guys for listening to me put out a plea for myself and these wonderful kids.